Hello, everybody. Welcome once again to Wednesdays with Larijuana. Every Wednesday, right here on CanawanaBuy.com, we bring you the latest information on medical and recreational marijuana from around the globe. Well, everybody, this is the month everyone has been waiting for. It is April, and that means in just 3 weeks we will have the big celebration of 420 all around the world, but in Colorado, it's going to be the biggest event now that people can travel to Colorado and any adult over 21 can purchase marijuana. So, if you're traveling to Colorado, there are some things that you need to know about pot tourism. The most important, of course, is how to buy marijuana in Colorado. So, Fodors.com, which is a travel site, has put out 8 tips for out-of-towners to keep in mind when coming to Colorado. Number 1, the crop keeps on growing. The expansion of pot shops around Colorado seems to be increasing by the day. When the new law allowing recreational sales took effect in January, eager customers waited for hours in prolonged lines for entrance into 18 licensed storefronts. The number of recreational dispensaries in the Denver metro area has now tripled since that time, with more than 30 new stores springing up around the city. In total, 160 licenses have been issued statewide as of this writing. Number 2, sifting through the smokescreen. Locating these stores, however, is easier said than done. There is no mention of them on the official websites of the Colorado Tourism Office and the Denver Visitor Bureau in their list of attractions. Instead, visitors should use either weedmaps.com or leafly.com to find the nearest location. You can also pick up a copy of Denver's alternative weekly newspaper, Westward, for the latest pot-related news, or simply ask a local, as word of mouth tends to be the prevailing form of spreading the news on recently opened locations. Number 3, different tokes for different folks. There are a myriad of environments from store to store, from high-end boutiques to mom and pot shops that cater to different customers. Before your trip to Colorado, it's worth doing some online research to find a preferred destination that suits your comfort level and shopping desires. Number 4, pot dreams. Once you've arrived at your desired retailer, which is usually accompanied by a green sign that makes allusions to care and wellness, it's time to select your product of choice. You'll find a wide array of varying objectives and effects: smokable indicas, sativas, and hybrid strains, hash oil, edibles, and topical creams, and much more. Number 5, budding rules for purchase. The availability of recreational marijuana does come with several constraints and restrictions, of course. First and foremost, purchasers must be at least 21 years of age and are asked to provide identification before entrance to the store. Next, based on ID alone, anyone with an out-of-state license is treated as a non-Coloradan, which limits the amount of marijuana that may be purchased. While Colorado residents may buy up to 1 ounce at a time, visitors can only take away 7 grams, which is equal to a quarter ounce. Visitors can still purchase a wide range of products with this small amount. The dosage in each edible, for instance, is about 10 to 25 milligrams, so travelers can depart with an abundance of chocolates or mints. Lastly, all marijuana must leave the premise in an opaque, child-proof container or bag, which is thrown in upon purchase or, in some cases, provided at minimal cost. Number 6, cash for grass. As for what you'll pay to take advantage of Colorado's recreational law, a gram of marijuana on the average runs between $10 and $20, depending upon what you buy. Topicals also vary in price, but $20 is the standard charge. While cash is always accepted as a form of payment, most dispensaries around the state also accept credit cards. Number 7, and this is very important, people, smokeless in public. Now that you've bought your weed legally, it's time to light up, right? Not so fast. Whether in edible or smokable form, marijuana use is prohibited in any public space, including on streets, at parks, and spots like hotel balconies that are visible from public spaces. In addition, the Colorado Clean Indoor Air Act, banning smoking in restaurants, venues, and most bars, was amended to include marijuana. It comes with fines of up to $500 for violation. Consumption in motor vehicles or public transportation is also illegal. The law, however, allows for use in private residences, and a recent public smoking statute provides that decks, garages, and patios are also permitted. Although a slew of concerts and comedy shows now advertise as being 420 friendly, and the security at the venues might turn a blind eye, it is still not technically legal by the letter of the law. Private membership-based smoke clubs, such as I Bake Denver and luxury cannabis tours that offer smoking areas like Colorado Green Tours, are alternatives but remain in something of a legal gray area as legislation continues to be hashed out. Cannabis-friendly hotels are also popping up, but are few and far between at the moment. On the whole, such options are on the rise as the state continues to wrestle with the application of the law. And finally, number 8, smoke 'em if you've got 'em before you leave Colorado. Per federal law, marijuana remains illegal recreationally in nearly every other state at this time, of course, other than Washington. So you cannot take your legal Colorado purchase with you across state lines. The drug is also listed on the Airport Transportation Security Administration, that's the TSA, their list of prohibited items as of January. Now, Denver International Airport formalized its policy banning possession of pot on its premises. Coming with it would be a $150 fine for the first offense, $500 for a second, and $999 for any thereafter. Unfortunately, what you buy in Colorado must stay in Colorado. So again, be careful when you get to Colorado. Abide by the laws. Enjoy the 420 celebration. We'll be back next Wednesday for another edition of Wednesdays with Larijuana. And don't forget, every Friday and Saturday evenings, it's Medical Marijuana Radio. I'm your host, Larry Love, and tune in for some great information. Friday nights at 9 p.m., Saturday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific on mmjradio.com. Thank you, CanawanaBuy.com. We'll be back next week again. Peace and love, everybody. Peace and love.